Picture a history book filled with both amazing and really tough stories. Well, in some years, life got super hard for everyone. If you ever get the power to travel through time, make sure to skip these years. They're like really bad chapters in history, full of disasters and problems. Get ready to explore the top 3 worst years to be alive, where people had to be really strong in the face of some seriously tough challenges. Starting from number 3, 536, the Dark Year. The year 536 is often considered one of the darkest in recorded history. A mysterious and intense volcanic eruption, possibly in Iceland, cast a veil of ash over much of the northern hemisphere, leading to a catastrophic cooling period. The sun was dimmed for an extended period, resulting in dramatic climate abnormalities. Crop failures, widespread famine, and plunging temperatures afflicted regions from Europe to Asia. Historical records mention unending darkness and a year without a summer. The environmental upheaval had profound societal impacts, contributing to political unrest, economic decline, and migration patterns. The consequences of 536 lingered for years, leaving an indelible mark on civilizations of the time, and highlighting the interconnectedness of nature and human affairs. Number 2, 1929, the Great Depression year. The year 1929 brought tough times for people worldwide, marked by a significant event known as the Great Depression. Unlike famines or natural disasters, this crisis had human origins. It all began with a stock market crash, causing widespread financial panic and a chain reaction, leading to bank failures and economic struggles. By some estimates, unemployment grew to over 25% in the US alone. In the years following the crash, the GDP fell by over 30%, and over 9,000 banks failed, causing widespread panic and loss of savings for many people. This global economic crisis resulted in widespread poverty, hunger, and unemployment. Unfortunately, these challenges took a toll on people's mental and physical health, with an increase in suicides and health issues like scurvy due to poor living conditions. Recovering from this economic disaster took many years, and its impact is still felt in the world today. Number 1, 1346, the Black Death year. The COVID-19 pandemic is undoubtedly devastating, yet its impact pales in comparison to the Black Death that emerged in 1346. It was caused by the same deadly bubonic plague that had already caused chaos in the 6th century during the Justinian plague. Picture medieval towns during 14th century gripped by a plague so ruthless it turned communities into scenes of despair. Unlike our interconnected world, there was not enough scientific understanding. The death toll was staggering, wiping out 75 to 200 million lives, solidifying the Black Death as the deadliest pandemic on record. The worst part of the plague lasted about 6 years, but its effects lingered for centuries, with occasional outbreaks in Europe until the 17th century. When the peak of the plague finally ended in 1353, as much as 60% of the European population and around a quarter of the Northern Hemisphere's population was dead. The plague had a big impact on how society and politics worked, making it really hard for society to recover because many were gone, especially in the farming areas. Today, some changes might seem positive when looking back. However, for the people who lived through it, those times were the worst times to be alive in human history. Looking back at all these hard times in history, we can learn that people can be very strong in tough situations. Just like stories in a book, these events teach us that even in really hard situations, humans find ways to endure and adapt, and remind us to appreciate what we have today and work together to make the future better. If you want a part 2 video on this topic, then comment part 2 in the comments section below and we'll make it happen. If we managed to keep you hooked till now, give us a thumbs up and give that subscribe button a tickle for more insights, tips, and the coolest content. Until next time, stay connected and stay mindful. This is the Yoys and Nays, signing off for today.